everyone, hello everybody, my name is J.A.S, but you may call me Game, and welcome to TF2. I'm in Badwater Basin, and I'm going to be showing off some of the new weapons that were added, well, all of the weapons, new weapons actually, that were added during the Smissmas 2014 update for TF2. It is 2015, yeah, but I figured that this would be the generally overall best time to do it. So here I am using the Iron Bomber, the newest grenade launcher for the demo. I also have alongside that the Quickie Bomb launcher. So I'm going to just find a quiet little spot here to just show you guys this. So the Iron Bomber, okay, has a little bounce and roll. As you can see, it more or less stood in about the same spot that I fired it from, which is pretty damn cool. The only downsides of the weapon, as we know, are the fact that it does a little bit less damage if it's not a hit, and the fact that it has 20% less explosion radius, which aren't generally great, honestly, especially when you're not that good with aiming. But in terms of the weapon itself, I don't think it's bad. I actually think of it as sort of a beginner's lock and load, really, because, well, think about it like this, okay? You have, with the lock and load, a weapon that is very much good when it comes to general accuracy, okay? You know, if you aim, you actually do damage, where if you don't, you do no damage whatsoever. It basically is like a direct hit. Now, with the Iron Bomber, you know, it's kind of like it's a bit like a mix of the two. You know, it's generally pretty decent. When it comes to the general aim, I'm gonna die. No, please. It's just generally good to have aim with it. Oh. Oh, it's Pooh. Oh, and he's dead. Pooh's my friend, and he instantly died. So, that's great. I don't actually know. He's not in the call. I don't have him in a call. I don't actually think he knows I'm recording either, but let's just keep rolling with this. So, yeah, generally I think of the Iron Bomber as a nice balanced sort of mix between, you know, learning how to use the lock and load and just a general grenade launcher. A general grenade launcher is probably better in a lot of situations, but honestly, I kind of don't care. So, there you go. And I also love the look of the Iron Bomber, honestly. It's probably, out of all the weapons design-wise, one of my favorites. Okay. That's, handy there, Mr., Oh, wow. He's dead, but he's a dead robot. Okay. He's just playing with a frickin' pool party taunt. Anyway, now it's time for the Quickie Bomb launcher. So 25% less clip, so instead of an 8, it is 6, and you also have 15% less damage. Ow. Was that the frickin'... Yeah, it was the reserve shooter. Okay. So yeah, little bit crappy, if you want to think about it. But, the best thing about the weapon is the fact that it has a slightly smaller arm time, and I think you also saw earlier in the video, is that it destroys enemy stickies, which is really good. And I think we can all agree that the Sticky Bomb launcher... That was stupid. Why didn't I remember that? Anyway, I think we can all agree that the Quickie Bomb launcher is the offensive Sticky Bomb launcher in general. Now, I'm going to quickly just go into the heavy to show off, honestly, the weapon that was also added, the panic attack. And honestly, I don't know if I'm a really big fan of the panic attack. I don't know if a lot of people are. Design-wise for a weapon, it's interesting, but sometimes, you know, when a weapon gets added, it's not the best thing in the world. And that can be said about the panic attack. So, it's a weapon for a total of, what, 4 classes in the game? And engineer, the pyro, the soldier, and the heavy. And that, in terms of it, is classes where it's least effective to most effective, in my honest opinion. Let's take a look at it like this, okay? The engineer has the rescue ranger, he's got the widowmaker, he's got the Thompson, and he has the frontier justice alongside the stock shotgun. Rescue ranger is amazing. Widowmaker is for a specific kind of playstyle. You have the being stupid, the Thompson, which is the bane of all, well, spies and medics everywhere. And then you have the Frontier Justice, which basically means you get some pretty damn lethal crits if you get a decent level amount of kills on your shotgun. Well, not on your shotgun, your frickin' sensei. So yeah, panic attack, not a great weapon. Then we have the pyro. The pyro, as represented by my friend here in his little pool. You know, he's got the reserve shooter, you got the flare gun, you have detonator, you have the scorch shot, and you have the stock shotgun. And generally, all of those can be deemed as better than this, really. Even the reserve shooter is generally dictated as a better one for the pyro, just because of the degreaser reserve shooter wombo combo. But at the same time, another big problem is, well, generally speaking, the weapon has this cruddy sort of downside, you know, at least with the panic attack, is they have to load each shot. So it generally is a little bit difficult to, say, get some actual stuff done with it, really, because you have to, you know, the general idea with the degreaser combo is you air blast them into the air, you do a quick switch to your secondary weapon, and with the panic attack you have to load in the shots. I don't think you can, yeah, you can't switch between while you're firing or you're loading. I can't, I'm mashing my Q button right now and I can't do that. So generally that's the main downside about the weapon. It's generally pretty damn bad for the pyro. It's not the worst thing in the world. There are definitely worse, but I mean, well, it's not horrible, basically, is what I'm trying to say, but it's not great for pyro. Now, soldier, I think it can work for soldier a little bit. Shinobu's a little bit pissed off in the chat, but we're not really focusing on that. And Samich is having a nice little argument with him as well. But generally speaking, I think it's okay on soldier. It's kind of like the equalizer in the sense that you could say it gets better when it gets lower, but overall, if you want this sort of load-based weapon, you'll probably go for something else. So that's generally speaking that. And then with the... Oh my god! Oh, okay. How fast is this? Okay. And now, generally speaking, with the heavy, you know, he's got a lot of health, so it generally is going to probably be a little bit overall better compared to, say, stock. Ow, okay, never mind. So, well, not really stock, but it's generally probably best overall for heavy. So, not really great weapon. So, my opinions with panic attack, horrible on engineers, in my opinion. Pyros, not as bad as engineers, but generally they could use other stuff. The soldier, I think it can work, but I'd rather use stuff like the Conqueror, just generally because I really like those. For the heavy, I think it's pretty okay. And with the Iron Bomber, I think of it as, you know, sort of a beginner's lock and load. It benefits you more from accuracy, but at the same time, it doesn't kill you if you miss. Where with the grenade launcher, you know, you can be said that it does the exact same thing. with its problem being that if you miss, it is probably not going to be accurate, like, whatsoever. So there you go. Now, with all that said, I hope you guys have had a good one. Where is this thing? Oh, it's right there. I'm sorry. I had to focus. I'm sorry. I cannot think straight when crap's going down. He died so fast. Iron Bomber, I think of it as beginner's lock and load. It doesn't really screw you over as much if you miss. And at the same time, you know, it lets you learn how to use the grenade launcher's general benefits with aiming a little bit better than other stuff. Quickie bomb launcher, you know, it's definitely the offensive sticky bomb launcher compared to, you know, everything else. The little extra faster firing is always handy. And with all that said, I'm gonna see you guys later because I have just lost alongside the rest of my team and I don't want to bore you to death with any more crap. So, peace out for now. And the next video I do for this will be on manpower, basically. So, overall, peace out and bye!